All right, trying this again, having serious Instagram issues. Chatting with Chinedu Rita Rosa in Bordeaux. She's at Chateau d'Ozac in Margaux from Nigeria and does a lot of pairings with Nigerian food. Chinedu, I'm hoping you're going to. I'm going to. Chinedu's going to be here any second. Hey, hon. I don't know what's going on. Thank you for your patience.
It's absolutely crazy. It's fine.
Instagram just upgraded, and then my router, I dropped it this morning, and I think it's fighting with me. So the Wi-Fi, whatever. And I don't have good reception for my regular phone. Anyways, so this is going to be what people see because it didn't save the earlier one. So just introduce yourself again and tell us where you are, Chinedu.
Okay, my name is Chinedu Rita Rosa from Nigeria. I am a wine export and marketing consultant here in Bordeaux.
And where are you now?
Oh, I'm in Chateau d'Ozac, one of my topmost brands that I represent in Africa.
That's awesome. So,
Yeah.
can you tell us about the African market? And I can only talk for like 15 more minutes because then I have to run.
Oh,
So I'm really
yes.
annoyed at Instagram right now. But
Yeah.
tell us about the Nigerian market and how that works.
Well, Nigerian market is always loved Bordeaux wines. It's been years. I mean, I've been doing this since 1999, and I started with my late husband. And after that, being a banker and then going into the wine business after quite a lot of years. Learning and also educating myself about wine. And then one of my favorite things to do in the world is to find match for Nigerian food and wine. Things like jollof rice, suya, egusi, fufu. Okay, Jeff, you have to go and check out all this food. They are there in the US, and I
Okay.
promise you, you will have a fabulous time trying it out.
We're gonna do this again because I'm gonna go find some Nigerian food and then we're gonna come back and talk because
Yes.
one of the things we talked about is people that like when you go to wine tests, it's based on Western cuisine and they're always saying, you know, does it taste like green apples or strawberries? And people from other cultures didn't grow up with that. So can you tell us some flavors that you've learned from Bordeaux but you didn't grow up with, and maybe some things that you did grow up with that I won't know?
Definitely. I mean, I didn't grow up with lychee.
Right, right.
Blossom. I didn't
Which
grow up.
one?
Blossom. Flower blossom. I
Okay.
didn't grow up with a lot of stuff. You know, for us in Africa, it's more of tropical fruit. Thank God there's a lot of tropical fruits,
Mm-hmm.
especially in the new age wines. But for the wines in Bordeaux, they are very, very traditional. And one of the reasons I started trying out foods with Nigerian food and Bordeaux wines was there were tastes I couldn't recognize, right?
Right.
And we've discussed this before, and I'm hoping that there would be an expansion, a more open view about smells, aromas, and taste, because we do not have the same food, we do not have the same fruits, and there's a lot of stuff that we as Africans or people from more tropical areas, we do not have an idea about this, and we have to learn it. But at the same time, I think it's important that it's more inclusive, that people do have something similar to give them the idea of what
Yeah.
the smell or the taste you're talking about. We need more of that.
Or even just I don't. It's so difficult because I know there's some maybe fruits from Nigeria that we don't get here, and then certainly
Definitely.
some flavors. But they have to be more inclusive, and instead of saying maybe it tastes like banana, maybe it's tamarind or something, or have multiple things,
C'est
multiple
ça.
flavors.
I mean, all they talk about is cloves, but we do have spices in Nigeria. Like we have a fruit called udara,
Uh-huh.
and it's a taste that is really peculiar because it's not something. But I have tasted it in a wine. I have tasted it in
Really?
a wine, and I
Okay.
could not explain to them what I was
How are you going to
tasting.
tell somebody in Bordeaux what that is, right?
Was like, what?
So you have to
But
start now. You start importing that fruit into Bordeaux or that spice into Bordeaux.
yeah, but this is one of the things I am thinking about. I'm actually in the future. I am hoping, like with in conjunction with Chateau d'Ozac, which is one of the reasons I work with them because they listen and they want to know what I am talking about. They want to try and understand and see if it's something they can work, with
Yeah.
me and improve on. Chateaubriand, Hinge whiskey. I mean, I only work with people that I actually have uh, a feeling
An
about. Like
affinity, an affinity,
they
right?
know where I'm coming from. They want to understand. They are ready to listen and they are ready to go with me on this journey. Because for me, it's a journey.
Yeah. Speaking of people you work with, you were just at Triplong Mundo. I don't know if Emmerich does the Instagram, but they just joined and said hi.
Emric is a sweetheart.
He's
Yesterday was so much fun. I
he's
was with
amazing.
Panos and Jane, and we had such a great time. I mean, Troplong Mondo has been one of the Grand Crus I used to sell in Nigeria,
Okay.
and yesterday was a lovely opportunity to get to meet him. He's a lovely guy.
Yeah, yeah. So how do you because for me, when I think of, I have a hard time pairing spices with Bordeaux. How do
Mhm.
you do that with Nigerian food? Because you said earlier that it's kind of spicy.
Yeah. The good thing about Nigerian spice is that you can either turn it up, and I mean really turn it up, or you can, just
Mm,
be on a safe plateau.
exactly.
So what I try to do is get wines with a lot of body and, Mago, Pomerol, with a lot of mellow. It really works with that. And if the Cabernet Sauvignon if the grapes are ripe, it's not
Okay.
greenish. Yes, it's really, it has to do with wines that are full-bodied and ripe grapes,
Okay. That's
right?
fascinating
That
because
really works
it's
with my
finding that bridge,
recipe.
and I never would have thought that it's the body and the ripeness that's the bridge for
Yes, it
that.
is. It
Because
is.
okay,
If the wine is too acidic, if it's too dry, you're not gonna taste the freshness
okay,
of the food itself. There is spice and there is spice,
right.
right? But when you have something like suya, which I told you, it's made with peanuts,
Hmm.
grinded peanuts and pepper spices, a little bit of comment ça s'appelle ça en français? Now I'm thinking in French, it's so terrible.
That's okay. I speak enough. What's the word in French?
Yes, actually, I was just going to say there were a little bit of spices. You have you have some cloves, you have
Hmm.
garlic, grinded garlic, you have grinded onions, dry onions, and there's a bit of umami because we have you put a bit of beef stock.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so it gives that the taste all together with a fantastic, well balanced Bordeaux. It's super. It's really, really, it
That's
cuts
very cool.
away the fattiness because we don't use fat in this food. It's chicken dried, you just chicken breast,
Hmm.
uh, rolled around in spice and barbecued up. And it's just amazing.
So then, how do you pairing Nigerian food with Cabernet or Merlot or its equivalent? Because you mentioned the Merlot, but you're also in
Yeah.
Margaux. So can you tell me
Yes.
how those work?
That works because I mean, like for the Mago or for the left bank, let me say that. What I try to do is find wines that are really rich and fresh, but at the
Okay.
same time, it's the grape ripeness
Okay.
that really makes it work. If there's green in the grapes, it makes it very difficult. It becomes bitter when you're
Okay.
eating it with spice.
Okay.
But when it's ripe, and then there's a good balance of mellow
Mhm.
and sometimes a bit of frontac, just to give it that tingly feeling, and it makes it a really, really beautiful blend that's
Okay.
really matches well with spicy food.
And does it work better left bank than right bank? With, or
Huh.
it's more about
Okay.
just get the right grapes.
It depends on the wine itself. It's not a matter of left and right, because this is one of the reasons why I am doing both sides.
Yeah.
Because I have found out that there are some wines from the left bank that would really be too. It's not powerful enough,
Hmm.
right? Like Medoc is always been great with spicy food, I have
Right.
to say.
Okay. Okay.
But then in the right bank, you have some mellow that is not, it doesn't carry a punch.
Hmm.
So the spice would just overpower the food.
Right.
I mean, it will overpower the wine. So it's like you're drinking juice instead
Uh-huh.
of drinking wine. So the power is not at par.
Huh.
And
I
this is why it's interesting. I want to try wines with every chateau, because I'm
yeah.
finding something different every day.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I find food pairing just to be the most fascinating thing.
I do too.
I
It's
did a
crazy.
vegetarian dinner with Bordeaux and just learned so much about all of that. I want to ask you back a little bit because we talked about it in the previous part that got lost.
Yes, yeah.
Tell me about the wine drinking culture in Nigeria. And you said there's a beer culture too, and that's what you
Oh,
make
yes.
in Nigeria is beer, right?
Yeah. Nigeria has like what, maybe the second biggest Guinness. Uh, yeah, we drink a lot of stout. Like growing up, pregnant women, like in Ireland, people
Yeah.
drink a lot of stout. People drink a lot of Star. This is a beer. It's a beer drinking culture. It's hot,
You're
you
right.
know,
Right.
and people prefer something cool during the hot sun.
Hmm.
But one thing about okay, another thing you need to know, Nigerians love champagne. We drink a
Okay.
lot of champagne because it's also in the cold area.
Bubbles.
But one thing that has changed and improved Nigerian drinking culture, wine drinking culture, is the health benefits of drinking red wine.
Okay.
The the perceived, and then you can't just drink a whole bottle of red wine.
Right.
It's a natural way to have a social environment around you, to have your friends over, for you to have a glass of wine with somebody. It's so there's this sharing aspect of drinking wine that really went well with Nigerians. We love hanging out together. We love, exchanging stories. And there's nothing better than having a very good glass of red wine and, just chatting away. We chat a lot.
That's you're so warm and friendly and just a delight. I'm so happy to
Oh, thank
hang out
you.
with you. So, and over a bottle of wine very soon, we'll hope.
Definitely.
But has it become more like, are they drinking more wine? Because you said, is the Nigerian culture drinking more red wine? Is there more dining, or it's just about hanging out together? And has it changed
No,
over
actually,
as you've evolved?
with the more people travel, it became more of a lifestyle choice, right?
Okay.
Having a glass of wine compared to having two bottles of beer,
Yeah.
people started seeing the benefit of having wine instead of beer. So it's social, it's health,
Hmm.
and it's also status, right?
Yeah. That's true too.
In Nigeria, we love looking, I am in the know. I know what's happening in the world. So there's a lot of people drinking wine at the beginning just because they want people to see that they're drinking wine. But then they become enthusiasts. I can tell you from my experience, when we started with the wine in 2008 in Nigeria, we had to do a lot of tasting.
Hmm.
We had to do a lot of convincing because people were like, why should I be buying this for 20 euros when I can get a bottle of beer for less than €1, right?
Right.
So there was all of that. But another thing, the movie industry has done a great job by showing that people with class drink wine.
Mhm.
And of course, we women, we love champagne. We love to have the champagne flute. We love
Oh
to
yeah.
have the glass. And there's, of course, there's something we call a fizzy, which means feeling like an upper class, right? You have your
Okay.
learning how to swirl and stuff like that. So that really, it was quite interesting.
I love it.
Some
I love
people,
it.
some people, some people really now, I can tell you some of my clients are really good. They are fantastic wine. They love the wine and they know wine.
Yeah, it's. I like to see how cultures develop, and it's fun to watch it blossom over there, or in
Yeah, it
any
does.
other place. So I
It
have
does.
to go now. I'm really sorry.
No,
This is ridiculous, but we're gonna do this again. I
oh,
hope you'll.
no, no.
This was
We'll do
pleasant
it
enough.
another time.
What did I not ask you that you want to tell people before we go? We still have a couple minutes. If you would like to tell
Oh,
people.
well, I just want to tell people that here in Bordeaux, there is a black woman doing well in the wine business, and she is ready to take on the world, and she's just happy to be here. And if you're interested in learning about Nigerian food, Nigerian wine, how to export wine to Nigeria and Africa, you let me know. This is what I love to do, and to just give you a broader a view. It's not only about the Western culture. Black Africans drink wine.
There you go. I love it. And so yes, so follow Chinedu to learn about Nigerian wine. I mean, Nigerian cuisine, and just
Yeah,
to see you know all the right people and do the funnest things in Bordeaux. I'm
I
insanely
love
jealous.
it. You see, I have Lionel behind me. We're gonna cut this open. I wish we were together. But next time when you're in the Chateau des Accords.
We have to drink some Chateau d'Ozac together soon. Okay.
Yes, and those
Thank
like is
you.
good with Malaysia food jet. So we have that the three of us.
You're gonna see the tasting we did with Dozak. It was very lovely.
I
When you
can't
come,
wait.
we're gonna do some cooking.
You do such a good job, though. Your photography, everything is great. So people
Oh,
follow
thank you, darling.
Chinedu, and we're going to
Thank
talk
you.
soon, okay? I'll follow this up. Take care, honey.
Definitely.
It's been great.
Bye,
Thank you for
hon.
your patience. Bye.